What's going on, everybody? I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, opening up the warehouse doors on another episode of Toy Talk. Farm toys in 1/64 scale are dominated by Ertl, with SpecCast taking the premium market. But times are a-changing, and Greenlight is upping the detail in the bargain pricing. Ford tractors, which are totally underrepresented in the market these days, are dominant, with other generic tractors being Greenlight's forte. But the coolest piece that they have released yet is the Bale Throw wagon that's based on the Easy Trail Bale Throw wagons. Easy Trail Bale Throw wagons are designed to save your back. The human body is no match for a mechanical bale thrower. Bending, lifting, twisting, and throwing square bales can lead to major back problems. It is a labor-intensive job that is easily replaced by a mechanical bale thrower and a bale throw wagon. Easy Trail bale throw wagons feature a see-through steel mesh front gate with pressure release latch and a lift spring. It is flush mounted to the floor, and it makes a solid platform to begin unloading the bales from the front. Halfway through, the side doors can be opened to continue unloading without as much bale carrying. A rear swing gate is also an available option. The Model 890 wagon gear has a 16,000 pound capacity and a 90-inch wide wheel tread that is used to stabilize top-heavy loads on hillsides. I've got more info on the Easy Trail Bale Throw wagons at the link in the description below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and join my YouTube family, because I really appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. Now, let's go on over and review the new releases by Greenlight. And here it is, guys. This is Down on the Farm Series 4 by Greenlight. Set of 6 vehicles, 5 of them are tractors, and 1 of them is an implement. And they added 2 new tooling parts to these guys. So, let's go on and start off. I also went on and took them out of the package because you guys asked to see vehicles out of the package. And since I'm keeping a set of these, since I'm the 64th Gear Jammer and need a set on my layout, I decided to go on and open this one up for you. And this here is the A version, the first A release, which is based on the Cockshutt G1355. And it is in the red and white paint scheme of that tractor, but it has no regular markings on it. You can see that it doesn't have the company graphics. It has nice bar tires on the rear, white wheels with red center caps, ribbed front tires. You can see the steps leading up into the enclosed cab. It's got marker lights on both sides of the cab. It's got the air intake for the cab, and it also has nice cab glass. And that glass is trim ringed, painted in black to make it look like it has the gaskets on it. You can also see it's got a black exhaust stack up through the hood and a red pre-cleaner on it. It's got a nice detailed 6-cylinder diesel engine under there. Inside the cab, it has a dashboard with actual instruments on it, even though you cannot see it in this picture, a steering wheel, and a black seat. And the instruments are just tampoed with black paint onto the dashboard. The rest of the interior is all white, and it's got a white floor. Around to the front, you'll see this guy has the black and white checkerboard grille, and the front axle oscillates a little bit. You can see the ribbed tires, and you can see it's got the headlights on the cab. Also, it's got a windshield wiper that's molded into the cab glass and then painted black. Nice little touch there. Around to this side, and you can see the other side of that detailed 6-cylinder engine with a few parts painted in order to make them really stand out. Turned around all the way to the back, and you'll see it's got brake lights back there. The place for the orange triangle, the safety triangle, that's not really there, but you could add it easily. It's got a 3-point hitch, regular drawbar. There's a PTO in there, and the other part of the 3-point hitch. The regular drawbar hitch is for their implement over here.
which is a nice implement. Turning it underneath, it has Greenlight, made in China, the casting numbers, etc., and the bottom of the engine detail. You can also see it has a nice steering tie rod on there and other details. And you can see the underside of the steps, and you can see how small that pin is on the regular drawbar hitch. And that's the A version, the 1973 tractor with enclosed cab. Next, we have the B version, which is a 1974 tractor with an open station. Now, this one is painted in Minneapolis-Moline, yellow and white, but it does not say Minneapolis-Moline on it. It has a slightly different wheel than the other one on the rear. You can see that it has the 4 slots instead of the multi-spoke or the multi-hold wheel. It's got yellow center caps on both wheels. The wheels are also white, regular bar tires. It's got steps leading up to the operator center and what looks like the fender tank fuel tanks, but they didn't put the filler cap on the top. The operator station, which on this one you may actually even be able to see that dashboard, is the implement is actually got some black paint on it to make the instruments kind of show up. Black steering wheel, black seat, and you can see the hydraulic lift levers beside the seat and the console. Also up top you can see the black muffler and exhaust stack along with the yellow pre-cleaner. And a nice top of the detail, but there's no fuel caps on top of the fender tanks. In the back you can see it has the brake lights there, and it's got the regular their style drawbar hitch with the tiny pin, 3-point hitch, PTO, very nice detail, and you can see the nice detail bar tires, free rolling wheels. Onto the front, and you can see it's got the checkerboard style grille, oscillating front axle, free rolling independent wheels, and a very nice detail there. Onto this side, and you'll see it's got the striping, and it's got some extra little tampo parts to make that detailed 6-cylinder diesel actually show off. We'll go underneath this way, and you can see how tiny that little pin is for the hitch. And it's got the Greenlight markings and underside of the engine and the steps. And that's the B variant, the 1973 tractor. Very nice. Oh, also you can see the headlights on the front of the fenders up there. Next up, we have the C version, which is the first new tooling parts that's come out. It's a 1982 Ford 5610 tractor with a front loader and front wheel assist. The front wheel assist wheels are all new, and this is the first front wheel assist tractor that they've come out with. You can see it's got that steel wheel that they have, which is the light duty wheel, bar rear tires and bar front tires for the front wheel assist. Steps leading up to the enclosed cab, and the enclosed cab has a steering wheel, a seat, and the rest painted in black, and the rest of the detail inside the cab is painted blue. Fenders and the top of the cab are painted in Ford white to match the wheels and the correct graphics for Ford. On the hood, it's got the 3-color stripe. It's the black with the white lettering and then the tiny red pinstripe down it. It's a Series 2 markings on the hood, and it's got the white grill on it. Also, you can see the black fuel tank there. Now you can see the actual loader does go up and down, but it does not dump. And if we go over to the other side, you can see what happens if you go too far up. The pistons come out. They're plastic, but the piston itself is actually a little metal piece. So they did a pretty nice job. And while it's up, I'll talk about the rest of this side. You can see the door handle, and the windows are outlined in black to make it look like they have gaskets. It's got the marker light there, the wheels, steps on this side. Round to the front while it's up, I'll show it off. It's got the 2 headlights in the grille, but they're hidden by that bar around that goes with the loader there. You can see the straight front wheel assist style axle without any actual differential on it. It's got the front suitcase weights hanging there, and then we'll lower this down. It's got the little pre-cleaner on the hood, black exhaust stack, and then the windshield wipers molded onto the front window and tampoed in black. It's also got the headlights up there onto top of the windshield wipers, or on top of the cab. And you can see here it's got a light and a marker light on each fender. Underneath, you can see how this whole front loader is mounted right here. And to take it off would be probably pretty easy. All you're going to have to do is pop that piece off. It's got Ford used under license, Greenlight made in China, and casting number. You can also see that teeny tiny pin for their regular drawbar hitch. Don't know why they made it so small, but they did. Around to the back. There we go, straighten that up. You can see it's got the 3-point hitch, drawbar hitch, and nice detail back there. It's also got what looks like a little window tampoed there, but it's not really a window. The cab glass that's lined out, and you can even see the hinge marks. Upper marker lights up on top of the cab and back onto the fenders. Overall, they did a really nice job on this Ford casting. It's probably the nicest tooling that they've come out with as a tractor, especially since they actually put the license marks on it. And that is the C version, the 1982 Ford 5610 with front end loader and front wheel assist. Which means now we're going to move on to this D variant, or the D version, which is the 1982 tractor with front loader. Now, it is based on the International 3088. However, it's based on its size. It's more like a 5088 in scaling because they didn't do it right. Again, it has the loader, which raises and lowers, but it doesn't dump. They didn't make this part work. The entire loader, bucket, and all is all plastic. Kind of a bummer, but that's the way they did it. The tractor itself's body is die-cast. It has cab glass. You can see the striping and the 3088 there that would have been on the International. That makes this very much like an International, even though they didn't say International or put the IH on it. It is the IH. It has the slotted rear wheel, and it has a dual set of wheels on the rear, bar tires and rib tires on the front. It does not have a painted center cap, but it does have a little black center cap on the front wheel. Cab interior is all black, and it's got a steering wheel, dashboard, seat, and control levers. Turning them underneath, you can see the bottom of the steps that lead up on both sides. It's got Greenlight made in China tampoed there. You can see that tiny pinhole for on the hitch. You see the underside of the bucket, and I have no idea where they came up with a bucket this big. That's huge for a tractor. It should be much smaller. But maybe this guy, all he moves is lightweight stuff, so it might work. And it's mounted this way, and it looks like this one is actually riveted on as opposed to the other one where it was just glued on. The front axle does oscillate, and you can see the actual steering tie rods there. And another thing, they actually made a weight bracket and put it on the front. Turning it to the front, with the bucket up, you can see that the bucket goes up. You can see it down. It's got the headlights in there, and they're just painted white with the black grille. It's got the black curved 5088, 3088 style exhaust, and it's got a windshield wiper, though this time it is painted in silver, and it's molded into the cab glass, which has glass all the way around, and then it's got the black outlining. It's also got marker lights up there on top of the cab. Over on this side, it looks very much like the other side, and it's got the steps and everything else, because this tractor is a mirror on both sides. Up on top, you can see the roof, and you can see the air intakes for the radiator, which was kind of cool for this tractor. Around to the back, you'll see it's got dual wheels. It's got the 3-point. It's got a regular drawbar, nice detail on the axles, marker lights, backup lights, and work lights. And all a very nice tractor. It's just a shame it doesn't actually say International on it, but that's all right. And now we come over here to the E version, which is a 1987 Ford 5610 for the Kansas Department of Transportation, their DOT. And it is painted in red this time for the DOT. It's got the steel type wheels on the rear, bar tires, rib tires on the front. It's got the front weights bracket hanging on it. However, it looks like the weight bracket is a separate plastic part. It's got the rear fenders, and it's got 2-point ROPS, 2-post ROPS with the canopy on it. Up top, it's a saddle mount, which the 5610 was. You can see the seat and the steering wheel are black, and it's got a little other detail there. It's got the Ford 5610 striping on the hood, and it's got several parts under the hood on the engine that are actually tampoed in white. And this guy has a white muffler with a silver tailpipe and a black exhaust pipe, or a black brake cleaner, which is kind of cool. Round to the front, you'll go on and see it's got the 2 white headlights in the grill. It sort of oscillates. There you go, it oscillates. It's a little stuck with paint. It's got headlights in the fenders. On this side, more engine detail, and you can see it's got some parts that are tampoed in white and black to really make the engine shine. You can see a step right there as well. Moving around to the back, you're going to go on and see the nice bar tread. It's got the regular drawbar hitch and the 3-point, which is rather goofy the way they managed to mount them on this tractor. You see the back of the 2-post ROPS and the canopy. Underneath, it says Ford licensed product, and it has Greenlight tampos. You can see that the fenders here are mounted right around the axle, just like the real ones. And that is the E version, which is the 1987 Ford 5610 for the Kansas Department of Transportation. And that brings us up to the F version, which is a bale throw wagon. And this is a red bale throw wagon that is in a weathered, muddy, dirty, dusty paint scheme. And for those who don't really know, this is actually based on the Easy Trail bale throw wagon, the 16-foot one. And you can see it's got the pin that fits in their regular tractor hitches, and it's got a nice oscillating steering axle there. Very nice tires on it. They're a rib pattern, and they painted them dusty. You can see the dirty paint scheme. The side doors and the front door opens. Not quite the way a real Easy Trail does, but the front gate does open, but the side gates do not. Turning around to the front, you can see the front of that wagon, nice and dirty, and then it's got the grates there, which the front of these Easy Trails are actually all grates. You see dirt there, and you can see it flops down. And up inside, you can see it's got a wood bed in it. Pretty nice. Now the bed and the frame and the outer pieces are all plastic, but the running gear underneath is actually in die-cast. And turned underneath, you can see that die-cast running gear, which you could actually use this to build any other kind of wagon you wanted pretty easily and make a nice wagon out of it. You can see the rib tires. They're nice and dirty. This is a really nice weathered paint job. Turn them around to the other side. Pretty much the same types of details as the other. The gate doesn't actually open, but that's an Easy Trail feature, so you don't have to walk so far getting to the back once you get the hay bales into the back of the wagon. And then turning around to the back, you can just see that's where the bales would crash into the back of the wagon and then start filling forward. A very nice implement. And there we go, folks. That is Down on the Farm Series 4 by Greenlight. Another great set of farm tractors that belong on any diorama or any collector's shelves.
Weren't those cool? I know Ertl is the go-to standard that everyone runs to, but I've been waiting for someone to take them on, and Greenlight is doing it. They are making far more detailed replicas at a lower price point. I'd put these in my collection instead of the non-existent Ertl equivalents. Go on and grab the info on the Easy Trail bale throw wagons or buy the Greenlight Down on the Farm series at farmtoysandmore.com. There's links in the description down below. And please go on and hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button before you leave. Thanks for watching. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, closing up the warehouse doors on yet another episode of Toy Talk.